Hello again. This is part two of the overcoming obstacles because clearly she just don't know how to quit talking. We're trying to keep the videos under a 10-minute minimum because who wants to sit and watch somebody talking about BS probably to the world's eye?
No,
Because
I
we're not
think this
talking
is
about what they want to talk about. Like we're not talking about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, or we're not talking about the
you're
fact
you're getting
that
us.
people rely on food stamps or SSI or whatever you want to call that BS.
Your
We're
soapboxing
I don't
here.
care. I'm finna say it, and that's probably why the reason why we're trying to keep it to a minimum.
We're trying to keep it to a minimum because people's attention spans are this big. And I don't if unless you're talking about something that I'm actually like want to hear, I'm not gonna listen.
Me
So that's what
either.
we're gonna keep pushing forward. Hopefully this video will only be about another 4 or 5 minutes.
Now, the whole situation with the I've never told anybody our past. We've never brought out our past.
I mean,
And
we have thrown some shots. Shots have been fired on Facebook before.
and that's another thing. You have to keep Facebook out your business.
Yeah.
And once you learn how to do that, you and your significant other can communicate. Y'all will actually take a step closer to happiness. And I say that because once you put Facebook in your business, there's always that one person on Facebook that wants to be in your business because they want to see if you're happy. They want to see this, or they're trying to get with you on the slide. Like they're waiting for this man or this woman to fuck up so they can just slide on in their DM.
But um when I was rudely interrupted earlier, what I was trying to say was
Excuse me?
rudely interrupt. It's important for oh my ankle just popped. Ouch.
See my pay?
It's important for you and your significant other to communicate, be communicative with each other about everything. No bars held. If you can't be a best friend with the person you're trying to be with, how can y'all have an effective relationship?
I love you.
Okay, nobody really wants to see all that.
But
Listen,
for
okay,
real, we're saying this because
we live. This
we're
is
still
this is
working. This is a work in progress for us, and it has taken us to the next step in our relationship. Our lives have gotten better. We've learned how to come together and work as a team. It's no longer Team Heidi or Team Bella. Now it's Team Us, and we've learned that. It took almost 2 years for us to learn it because me, I'm that type of person that I close up no matter what it is. I'm closed minded. I don't care what people has to say. I don't care because I've been through a lot in life, and so has Bella. But at the end of the day, I had to learn how to open up and open up to my significant other because that's something that I have been dealing with. But we've overcame it. We're doing a whole lot better, and it's a work in progress. And nobody said it's going to be easy. But you have to learn how to keep your friends out of your ear. You have to learn how to keep Facebook out of your ear.
Yes, the key here is keep your friends out of your ear. They're going to have opinions about things that go on in your relationship, but you have to remember that nobody can live in your relationship or in your life better than you can. All you're giving them in when you're telling them what she or he did was your side of that story. It's not the full story and it's not the truth. If me and Heidi argue about something and I'm calling my friend up, I'm like, well, she said blah blah blah, and she was doing this and she was doing that, and she.
It's
But
always
I'm
three
not
sides
talking
to a
about
story.
what I did or how I contributed to the argument. Because trust me, two people can't argue. I mean, a person can't argue by themselves. You've done something in this situation while this y'all are arguing or why something's not working. So you just have to remember that your friends are only going to give you your side of the advice because that's the only story they're hearing, and they don't know the truth and they don't know the other side to that story. So be careful with the advice that you take from friends because you don't know what their hidden agendas are. You don't know if they secret if what you don't know anything about what that person's MO is. And I don't care if you've been friends with somebody for 25 years.
Well,
At the end of the day, that person is not the determinant of your life and what you decide to do. So if you decide that you're going to be with somebody and you're going to fight for your relationship, then do what you feel like you need to do until you're ready to not fight anymore. Be careful and stop taking advice from other people about what you need to do in your relationships. Nobody knows you and nobody knows your relationship better than you do. So that's a really good way to keep friends out of your relationship, is stop putting them in your relationships. They don't have to live with that person, you do.
So basically, the moral of this video is we were given these topics by one significant person. And the answer to your question is everything you asked us to talk about is a reflection of yourself. You have to learn to work on yourself in order to overcome all of these topics. Because basically that's the key to all these topics is you.
I agree. That pretty much sums it up. Before you can talk about friends and relationships and anything, you need to learn how to be at peace with yourself about anything, about everything. Whether it be about your past, about now, about what you want to do in your future, family, friends, relationships, you need to be at peace with yourself about things. And I think that's where we messed up at in our relationship. We were not ready to get into a relationship when we first got together. We both had a million things going on, and I mean, we're working on it, and that's why we are a work in progress even 2 years later, because we walked into something we wasn't prepared for. But we fought for what we wanted, and we pushed through with it. So my advice to you would be, don't do what we did, because we probably could have had a more fulfilling relationship. The last 2 years probably could have been less arguments, and the stress and the hurt and the tears and everything we went through, it probably wouldn't have existed if we had waited till we were ready to get into something. We jump into things because we want to be loved and we want to be with somebody, and this person's saying all the right things and she's got a beautiful smile or whatever the case may be, but we're not ready for it. And that's the main issue here. Don't jump into things that you're not ready for. Work on you. Be happy with you. And once you're able to do that, and you can let go of the things the obstacles of the past and the things that you need to overcome, including these retarded ass exes and the issues with your family, because whether you're in a relationship or not, those issues with your family were there before that person came along. You just pulled that person into something that you already had going on.
The issues with your ex was already there.
Yep.
Everything you do in your life is a reflection of you. So therefore, if you have this crazy ass ex, crazy ass family members, crazy ass friends, it's because you have not found yourself.
And you're allowing these things to go on in your life, and you're pulling somebody else into that chaos, into that situation, and you're asking them to be with you and think that it's going to work and that it's going to be easy and peaceful. No, it wasn't peaceful before they got here. You had that friend that wanted to fuck you 2 years ago, and you know because she's been trying you up for 2 years. And you expect for a person to be with you
and
with
deal
this
with that.
and deal with that.
They're not going to do
And don't be acting like you don't know this. Nobody knows your life better than you. Nobody knows what's going on in your situation better than you. And so you are the person that determines and has control over what you're going to do and if you're going to make a relationship successful from the beginning. Now, you can't control what the other person does, and that's a whole other topic, choosing who you want to be with and standards, and we can get on that topic later. But the issue here is if you have somebody ready to be with you, don't pull them into something that you can't even deal with on your own, much less pull somebody else's poor heart into that situation.
So, to go ahead and get it out the way, because we said what we had to say, and you can like it or you can hate it. At the end of the day, this is our opinion. I don't care what you got to say.
But it's an experienced opinion. We're not just talking off the top of our heads here.
Yes, and this is the reason why we decided to start a page, because we wanted to do something for fun. We wanted to talk about things that we can relate to. We wanted to let the world experience what we've experienced. We wanted to...
Because we have a story to tell.
That's right. And I've always been told that I have a story to tell, and now I'm ready to tell my story. But there's more to come. But if you want to hear or let us rant about the whole food stamp conversation, you can let us know if that's the next topic you want.
Because I want to talk about it.
Give me another topic, and I break that topic down just like I broke this
topic down. No topic is to be withheld. Anything we will talk. It doesn't have to be about relationships. It could be about anything. We're not just here to talk about our lives or our relationship, because that's not like the main thing. Anything you want to talk about, we'll touch on. So.
Even if you want me to demonstrate or explain my life, display my life, I will. Because with this whole friends conversation, like, I can get so deep and I can hurt my own feelings all over again because I lost the best friend behind a lifestyle that I wanted to live and that I brought him into this lifestyle. And I lost the best friend behind that. And this is the reason why I can stand up today and talk about a lot of things that has happened. And his mama has always told me I had a story to write. So I always say, this is just the beginning. I'm far from the end of my story.
Agreed. So we're going to end this one here. Like it, subscribe to our page. Give us some more topics on our Facebook page, The Kings. Like that and follow it. We'll be doing updates about different videos and posting links to the different videos. And continue to give us some topics, guys. Give us feedback. We want to hear it all. So we love you. And